What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh collab with Nike for the Air Max 95 that comes out in September. It's the sneakers Joey wore. A lot of people have been telling me it's not worth it, so we're going to talk about this. But before we get to all that and so much more, I do have to give you the reminder that we are doing an entire case giveaway of the 2025 Megatins. It's a few videos ago. You'll see it says Mega Giveaway. You cannot miss it. All you got to do in that video, subscribe, like, and comment. I'll leave it pinned in the comment section down below so you can go check it out. It's 12 tins, so one lucky winner, free to enter. Make sure to definitely enter that giveaway. Now let's talk about this collab, because a lot of people have been telling me it's not worth it, it's not cool, you know, it's not modern day, the colorway is not there. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about? This is a retro shoe. This is a retro shoe. What are we talking about, everybody? This is from back in the day. Of course, it's not going to have a color scheme like a modern day shoe. And first of all, it's not supposed to be a modern day shoe. It's supposed to be an old retro looking shoe. First of all, I love when things are retro. I think that's like the coolest thing to wear these days. If you have something that's retro and you wear them, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of it. I think that's the coolest thing in the world, to be honest with you. And I think them doing this, going back to their roots of like the past of Yu-Gi-Oh's history, and actually taking this actual shoe and creating it, making it real life as a product, is beyond fantastic. Working with a company like Nike especially, fantastic. Great collab here. I am a huge fan of this. I think people that are hating on this, you have no idea what you're talking about, man. This is Yu-Gi-Oh's core history in a shoe, man. This is what Joey wore. Listen, Joey's my favorite character in Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Time Wizard all the way, baby. And them making this shoe a real thing, a possibility to actually acquire, is so cool to me. I think this is like beyond cool. I can't wait in September to purchase this. Yes, is it pricey? It sure is. But for a shoe like this, I'm willing to pay that price, especially since it's come with a promo card. And keep in mind, everybody, I think the details on the shoe is going to be fantastic. We already see the red eyes in the sole of the shoe here as well. So that is really cool as well. And not to mention, the box that the shoe's going to come in looks fantastic, right? So the product design of the actual box for the shoe is fantastic. The actual shoe itself looks exactly like the one we saw in the anime. And I think Konami has been doing a pretty decent job from what we see here, as they have a little marketing stuff going on in Times Square in New York City for the shoe. As yeah, that's really awesome, man. I mean, they're showing off Yu-Gi-Oh here. It's time to do all that fun stuff. I mean, like, listen, we haven't had Yu-Gi-Oh in probably Times Square in a long time, and to show off stuff like this, that's what it's all about, baby. That's exactly what it's all about. Now, this is the exact same shoe from the anime, so you can't say it's not. You see it clear as day, clear as friggin' day. It is there for you. And then obviously in the manga you see it here as well. But everybody, I'm a huge fan of this shoe. I don't know why you wouldn't be a huge fan of this shoe. I think there is so much going for this. I think Yu-Gi-Oh needs to capitalize on doing more of these types of things, right? More collabs, more ways to get product out there that reminds us of back in the day. Retro stuff does work, does sell on the shelves. It does. You cannot say it doesn't. We've seen it with other things in the past. We've seen it with other products in the past, right? When they brought back the LOB boxes, when they brought back the retro pack boxes, right? Even the little mini boxes. When you bring back something retro, people love it, right? That's why Rarity Collection did so well too, because they had a lot of nostalgic cards in it, and people picked up those boxes because of those nostalgic cards, right? To see those shiny cards in a modern day look, but also have that retro feel because it's a old card, right? So again, retro stuff is what sells in Yu-Gi-Oh because it's history of Yu-Gi-Oh, and a lot of the core players in Yu-Gi-Oh are the older players. There is no young players in really Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, we're talking about the 1% in Yu-Gi-Oh that actually are young here, where everyone else basically in this community is in the older generation here, where, you know, we grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh, the first iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, right? We grew up with GX, with 5Ds, with all these things from back in the day. And I say back in the day because it really is back in the day. We're in 2025, everybody. back in the day means 2000s at this point, right? And that's when Yu-Gi-Oh really was at its peak and doing great things. I think definitely has lost its touch, and we've talked about Yu-Gi-Oh on the train to getting to being dead here and all this fun stuff, well, bad stuff I should say. But like, this is great. This is what we need. We need more of this product utilization and collabs with other companies to make Yu-Gi-Oh relevant, man. Yu-Gi-Oh can collab with many different companies. They have the opportunity to do so because Yu-Gi-Oh in itself is a great brand. Connected with Konami, which is a billion-dollar company, they have the opportunity to really capitalize on what, you know, is very huge right now, and that being a card game and that being anime. And I think a lot of different companies want to work with companies that have card games and have anime connected with it as well. So Yu-Gi-Oh does have the opportunity, if it markets itself the right way and collabs with the right companies, to really go above and beyond. And I will say this for a fact, if this really does sell like I'm expecting it to sell, I'm expecting even more collabs with Nike in the future. We've seen it with Adidas, we've now seen it with Nike. I'm expecting even more in the future. I'm hoping for more in the future because we need stuff like this for Yu-Gi-Oh to get back on track and for Yu-Gi-Oh to start making its way in the media more often than it's been in the negative outlet recently. So again, we need more positive news out of Yu-Gi-Oh. I think this personally is a positive. I think it is definitely worth it. I think the card that's coming with the shoes is definitely gonna be worth it. I think these shoes are going to sell out on the shelves. It's gonna be very hard to come by. Personally, that's my opinion on what I think what's gonna happen in this shoe. I know from what I've been told is that shoes have been more accessible as of late. However, keep in mind that yes, maybe most shoes that were very limited release have been more accessible, but we're talking about a shoe that's also coming with a collectible item, right? And with that being said, the card game community, they're very wild, and it's not gonna just be Yu-Gi-Oh fans buying into the shoe. You have people that are in the shoe business that are going to want this shoe just for that purposes of the card. You're going to have people that are from other TCGs that see this and are going to just want it just for the card. And then you're going to have people that obviously are core Yu-Gi-Oh fans that want the shoe and the card. So you're going to have a lot of different bases really trying to invest and get this shoe. And that's why I can see this shoe not really being readily available and pretty much selling out on release. If to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised about that. So just be aware of that moving forward as well if you do want the shoe. I think that it's going to be definitely worth staying up late, especially if there's a late night release. If there's an in-store release, I definitely recommend waiting and trying to get this. I think it's going to be definitely worth the hype. I think it's definitely going to be worth picking up for sure. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for September. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. This is exactly what we need in Yu-Gi-Oh! More of these types of collabs, and I cannot wait for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Nike Air Max 95 shoes to be on my feet, and I'll be just like Joey, baby. Again, that's what it's all about. It's like feeling like you're part of the anime. When you used to buy a card and you had the Dark Magician in your hand, it felt like you were playing the Dark Magician as Yugi was playing the Dark Magician to defeat Kaiba. It's the same regard. Now we're putting on the shoe that an actual duelist wore in Joey, and we're gonna feel just like him playing Red Eyes and Time Wizard and all these other amazing monsters that Joey played, right? So just keep that in mind. That's what we need in Yu-Gi-Oh! Those types of feels that really does get us in our feels, right? And that emotional aspect that really is what comes down where Yu-Gi-Oh! Does succeed in a lot of fashion, where the emotions do get hit high, especially for nostalgia stuff that remind us of our childhood. So just remember that, everybody. This is the type of products and collabs that we definitely need in the future, and I'm hoping for more of it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and we'll catch you next one. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.